Hello everyone, and welcome back for another Pokemon Red solo run. This time, we're going to be answering the question: how far can the mythical nine-tailed beast who fought alongside Naruto... how far can Ninetales go? The fire-type Pokemon. Anyway, this time, our rival's name is going to be Mary. And what better way to counter a fire-type Pokemon than Omastar? Omastar is a rock and water Pokemon, both of which are good against fire, which makes things harder, because even though Ninetales is not effective against it, Omastar is effective against Ninetales. For the first fight, you can probably guess how this went. Ninetales knows Ember, Quick Attack, Roar and Tail Whip. Of course, Roar will be a useless move throughout the run, as in Generation 1 it only works as intended in wild battles. Omastar on the other hand knows Horn Attack, Water Gun and Withdraw, so no matter what I do in this fight, I end up being crushed by Water Gun. Anyway, after the battle ends, I decide I'm going to Viridian Forest. Of course, Ember carries me through and I'm able to get out at level 9. Now in Pewter, my objective is to get Brock's gym badge. I go for the first trainer inside the gym and unfortunately, on my first try, I try to lower the opponent's defense, but it doesn't work out and I die against the Sandshrew. I go again, this time only using Ember, and I'm able to win the fight. Even though I'm only level 11, I still try to go beat Brock. His Geodude comes out, and I go with a couple of Tail Whips before attacking with Ember. Fortunately, I'm able to make Geodude burn, which means that Brock uses a full heal and I get a free turn. Onix comes up and I'm able to reduce its defense to the lowest, but I'm only left with 10 HP to spare. Fortunately, I get very lucky. I burn Onix, Brock heals it, and then Onix only uses Bite, and at the end I burn it again and I win the fight. And believe me, if you think I was lucky here, you haven't seen anything. Now that I've defeated Brock, it's time to go to Cerulean. Of course, I battle every single trainer between the two cities, because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to beat Omastar that easily. Once I reach Cerulean, it's time to go battle Mary again. I'm able to take down Pidgeotto without his using Sand Attack, which is great, because the higher my accuracy, the more chances I have to beat Omastar. Anyway, both Abra and Rattata are just pushovers, I beat them both with just a single use of Ember, and then comes Omastar. And of course, I get defeated by Water Gun without being able to deal much damage. See, the thing is, Ninetales can learn Dig, and Dig is very effective against Omastar. The problem is, I haven't beaten Mary, and if I can't beat Mary, I can't proceed, and if I can't proceed, I can't learn Dig. So I go for Misty's gym, just to battle the trainers, and thanks to that, I level up to level 22. Of course, I don't go for Misty yet, because I know I'm gonna get defeated, so instead, I go try Mary again. Unfortunately, I get defeated as easily as last time. I have to go do something I had hoped I didn't have to do, which is to go train on the tall grass left of Cerulean. I level up to 24 and it's time to try again. Pidgeotto hits me with Sand Attack, I miss 2 hits against Rattata and go fight Omastar with half of my HP. Needless to say, I get defeated, but I'm not about to abandon just yet. Time for try number 4. And really, I was just about to win. Let's try again. Try number 5? Nope. Try number 6 is a no-go as well. The thing is, if I'm going to beat this fight, I need to lower Omastar's defense and then be lucky enough that Omastar only uses Horn Attack, which deals much less damage than Water Gun. And although it's not perfect, that's pretty much what ends up happening on try number 7. I'm faster than Pidgeotto and it goes for Quick Attack, so I'm able to defeat it without getting hit with Sand Attack, which is already great. By now, Abra and Rattata are no match for me. For Omastar, I'm able to reduce its defense 4 times before it goes for Water Gun. That means I get hit 3 times in a row with Horn Attack. Then I switch to Quick Attack, but I get hit with another Water Gun. One more and I'm out. Fortunately, I get lucky again, and it only goes for Withdraw, and I'm able to win against Mary. At this point, I was thinking I had made a terrible choice with Omastar. But the best was yet to come. Anyway, with this fight done, we fight every trainer until Bill's house because Misty, and also now we have access to Dig. We immediately teach it to Ninetales and go fight Misty. Staryu goes down in one hit. Unfortunately, Starmie is able to hit us with a bubble beam which lowers our speed, and then is able to hit us with a water gun which crits, but we end up winning anyway. It's time to go to Vermilion. Once we're inside the SSN, I make sure I pick Body Slam up and teach it to Ninetales, because it's probably going to be better than Quick Attack. Although it doesn't hit first, it does have a chance to paralyze. Anyway, we need to beat Mary to get HM cut, so let's get to it. As always, Pidgeotto gets sent first, and even though I don't one-shot it, I get lucky and Mary goes for a potion, and that lets me beat Pidgeotto without getting hit with Sand Attack. Again, Raticate and Kadabra are no match for Ninetales, and this time, using Dig, Omastar is a complete pushover, it doesn't even hit me. After that, we go rub the captain's back so he can throw up another HM cut for us, and we'll use it right away to gain access to Vermilion's gym. And well, since ground type moves are effective against electric types, Dig makes quick work of Surge's team. 3 badges in just over 2 hours. Not bad. It's now time to go to Celadon. Of course, we try and fight as few trainers as possible, and once we get to Celadon, we go pick Fly and we go for the gym. I go ahead and go buy Double Team in Celadon's store as well, as I'll need it from now on to set up my badge boost. Now it's time to fight Erika. Of course, since we have Ember, I don't bother going for Double Team, and I take out her team pretty easily. Now, it's time to go to the Game Corner's basement. Once you're inside, you're supposed to go get the lift key, which will let you gain access to Giovanni's room. Once you fight the Team Rocket member that drops the lift key, every time you talk to him, the key will drop on your left. If you position yourself where the key is supposed to appear, it will still appear on the same spot, but you won't be able to pick it up unless you step down and then look up to get it. Time for Giovanni. And of course, this fight is a joke. I use Dig on both his Honix and Rhyhorn, and then go for Body Slam and Ember on Kangaskhan until it dies. And with Giovanni taken care of and the Sylph Scope in our hands, we can now climb Lavender Tower. And what better way to start climbing the tower than to fight our rival Mary. Again, in this fight, Pidgeotto doesn't go for Sand Attack and I'm able to take it out. Then Growlithe, Execute and Kadabra are pushovers, and although Omastar is able to hit us once with Water Gun, we're able to take it out with Dig. We don't take much damage and victory is ours. After beating Mary, we rescue Mr. Fuji and we get our Pokeflute. It's now time to go to Fuchsia City. Turns out, Koka's gym is as easy as the other ones. I tried to set up the badge boost against the first coughing, but it goes for Smokescreen, lowering my accuracy, so I decide to take out his whole team using Dig. And even if I miss once against coughing and then against Mug, I get an easy win. Also, Weezing goes for self-destruct while I'm still underground, so it's unable to hit me, and that gets me my 5th badge. After doing all we have to do in Fuchsia, our next destination is Saffron City. It's time we go say hello to Mary again. I try setting up my badge boost against Pidgeot, but unfortunately I get hit with Sand Attack, and then I decide to try the rest of the fight without setting it up. So I defeat Pidgeot with Body Slam, Growlithe with Dig, Execute with Ember, Alakazam with Dig again. Then, against Omastar, I use Dig twice, I go for Body Slam 3 times, and fortunately I get a crit on the 3rd try. Anyway, with this fight done, it's time to go pay a visit to Giovanni. He sends out Nidorino, then I set up my badge boost 3 times, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be enough to wipe out his whole team. But after defeating Nidorino with Dig, I level up. So when Kangaskhan is sent, I use Double Team 3 more times, then I defeat it using the Body Slam, and both Rhyhorn and Nidoqueen go down with Dig. This is pretty much always an easy fight. Anyway, we now have access to Sabrina's gym, which is exactly what we want. So of course, we go through this gym without battling any trainer except Sabrina. After my last Pokemon run, I now know that it's a bad idea to try and set up the badge boost against Kadabra, so I decide to beat it with Dig and set it up against Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime likes to go for Light Screen and Barrier most of the time, so I can use that to my advantage and set up the badge boost. The other two moves that it knows are Double Slap, which doesn't deal much damage, and Confusion, which can deal a considerable amount of damage. But fortunately, by the time it uses it, my evasion is high enough that it misses. After beating Mr. Mime with a Body Slam, I level up, which cancels my badge boost but doesn't reduce my evasion, so I should be fine. Venomoth quickly goes down with 2 Embers, then Alakazam gets taken down with a Dig. Fast forward to Cinnabar, where we pick up the secret key to open the gym and answer all the questions because we don't want to fight anyone. Now, it's time to take care of Blaine. He starts off with Growlithe, and I go for the badge boost. When I'm done, I take down Growlithe, Ponyta and Rapidash with Dig, then I level up, but it's not too much of a problem because Arcanine can't hope to defeat Ninetales. Even though I don't one-shot it, I use another Dig and it's done. So far, this run has been extremely easy, except for Omastar in Cerulean, but I want to make things harder, not easier. Anyway, next up, we go to Viridian, and I know in advance that I'm going to beat Giovanni just fine. Most of his Pokemon are vulnerable to Dig, so I should be okay. After taking a quick break, it's time to go to Giovanni's gym. I take care of the trainers that I need to inside, and then go for the main event. This fight is as easy as I thought it would be. I go for a double team against Rhyhorn, and fortunately it misses Tail Whip, so I go for Dig and take it out. I don't want to risk my badge boost getting cancelled. Anyway, I then proceed to set up my badge boost against Dugtrio. Even though it knows Dig, by the time it uses it, my evasion is high enough that it misses. It does hit once, but I'm then able to take it out with Dig as well. The rest of Giovanni's team is a piece of cake. I take care of everything with Dig. Thankfully, I level up against the last Rhydon, which sets me up perfectly for the next fight against Mary. This time around, her Pidgeot doesn't know Sand Attack anymore, so I can freely set up my badge boost against it. After I'm done, I take it down with Body Slam, then I use Dig on both Rhyhorn and Growlithe, Ember on Execute, and another Dig on Alakazam. And even though that levels me up to level 50, it's not too much of a problem because I use Dig against Omastar, it goes for Hydro Pump but misses, and another Dig is enough to take it out. After beating Mary at level 50, we're able to go to the Pokemon League now. We get through Victory Road without fighting anyone, and then we reach the Elite Four. I'm honestly not very optimistic for the fight against Lorelei, but hey, let's try it. And let me tell you, this fight was pretty crazy. Since I know that Dugong really likes to go for Aurora Beam, I decide to go for Dig. Unfortunately, as it doesn't deal enough damage, I try setting up my badge boost. After the very first use, I get hit with a Growl, which, other than cancelling my badge boost, also reduces my attack. Then I get pretty lucky and Dugong goes for Aurora Beam, then for Rest, so I'm able to fully set up my badge boost. Unfortunately, as I'm very close to defeating it, it uses Growl and it hits again. So now, my badge boost is fully cancelled and my attack is reduced by 2 stages. I can only count on my evasion to win this fight. Anyway, I get rid of Dugong with Body Slam, then Cloyster easily goes down with Ember even though it's not effective. Slowbro is a pain in the ass because my attack is lowered and it keeps on using Withdraw, which boosts its defense, but I'm eventually able to beat it without getting hit even once. Next up is Jinx, and Jinx is just super easy to kill with Ember. My big problem is Lapras. Lapras goes for Hydro Pump every single turn, and I don't have many more uses of Dig either. So you know what happens when someone tempts their luck too much. It runs out, and things like this can happen. Fortunately, I'm able to hang on by just a thread. After that, my digs run out, and I can tell you I had my butt cheeks clenched all the way through the rest of this fight. I kept on hitting with Body Slam, hoping that Hydro Pump wouldn't hit, and the problem is Lorelei healed Lapras twice with Super Potions, and I was like, please, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me! By some sort of miracle, I end up paralyzing Lapras. It is fully paralyzed on the next turn, and I am able to take it down with Body Slam. Goodness, this fight was horrible, and I just cannot believe I actually won with a level 51 Ninetales. Of all the typings I could bring in here, I was not expecting a fire type to be able to beat this. Also, this was probably the hardest fight I was going to face in the Pokemon League. Finally being done with Lorelei, it's time to go battle Bruno. This fight, like always, is a joke. I set up my badge boost against the first Onix, then proceed to take it down with Dig. Hitmonchan goes down with Body Slam, Hitmonlee goes down with a combination of Body Slams and Ember, the second Onix is defeated with Dig, and then comes Machan. Even though it has a higher defense and can tank a lot of my hits, it ultimately gets defeated by Ember without ever being able to touch me. Next up is Agatha. And if there's one thing I know for sure against Agatha, is that Dig is amazing against ghost types. I try setting up my badge boost against her first Gengar, but she switches out to Golbat. So I go to Body Slam, because I know that Golbat can cancel any stat change by using Haze. Anyway, I'm then able to take down Golbat with Body Slam. Then I proceed to set up the rest of my badge boost against Gengar, and even though I get confused, I'm able to do this without ever being put to sleep. So then I beat Gengar and Haunter using Dig, and when Arbok comes out, I go for Body Slam, and unfortunately it hits with Acid, decreasing my defense and cancelling my badge boost. Also, it takes me down to 27 HP. So I start thinking that if I can't one-shot the next Gengar and it hits me, I'm done. Fortunately, even without the badge boost, it's still pretty easy to one-shot Gengar using Dig. Also, thankfully, I level up to 54, which will probably let me go through the entire fight against Lance without leveling up. Speaking of Lance, remember when I said earlier that Lorelei was probably the hardest fight I would have to face on the Pokemon League? Yeah, well, meet Gyarados. Now, this Gyarados, just like Lapras, goes for Hydro Pump. The problem here is Ember is not effective. Body Slam only has a 10% chance to paralyze, and even so, Gyarados can still hit. And then Dig doesn't deal any damage. So the only way I'm going to beat this Gyarados is by setting up my badge boost, then defeating it with Body Slam. Yeah, well, good luck with that, because anytime I would use Double Team, I would get hit with Hydro Pump. I am, however, able to set up my full badge boost against Gyarados on my third try, without getting hit once. Thanks to that, I'm able to go all the way to Dragonite. Unfortunately, after beating Aerodactyl, I level up, and it cancels everything. And again, I end up being hit a couple of times, and I get defeated by Dragon Rage. Then, I'm only able to get the same result against Gyarados 12 tries after that one. And thanks to Lance using an Hyper Potion on his Dragonair, I'm finally able to beat Dragonite without him ever healing it. Now that Lance is defeated, it's time to go fight Mary one last time. I set up my badge boost against Pidgeot and then spend over a minute missing hits against it. Eventually I'm able to take it down, but not without losing some HP myself. Anyway, Alakazam goes down with 1 dig and Rhydon surprisingly goes down with 2 digs. The problem is, I level up, so now my badge boost is cancelled. Fortunately, the next 3 Pokemon aren't too much of a hassle. Arcanine easily goes down with 2 digs, Exeggutor needs a little bit more work, but thankfully is unable to make me sleep, and then Omastar gets hit with 2 digs, and the fight is finally over. I just cannot believe how well this all went. Even though I lost a couple of times in Cerulean City and then here against Lance, the whole run was really easy with Ninetales, which really surprised me because I wasn't expecting it to be that easy. But anyway, the question remains, how far can Ninetales go in Pokemon Red? Well then, we've got Ninetales at level 57, and it was able to beat the game in just about 5 hours of real time, with an in-game time of 4 hours and 39 minutes, and with a total of 22 deaths. Let's see what Oak has to say about this. That Fox is pretty strong, no wonder Sasuke lost. Whatever Oak might say, Sasuke is pretty awesome. This run was pretty wild in my opinion. Just the fact that Ninetales was able to beat the game at such a low level is already incredible to me. Granted that the badge boost does much of the work, but still, I wasn't expecting to beat the game so early. Though I'm pretty sure that even by leveling up, Lance's Gyarados would have given me trouble nonetheless. Anyway, now it's time for the question of the day. And today I want to ask you a simple question. Is there anything you'd like to watch me do? And by anything, what I mean is, if you want to watch me do challenges, Nuzlocks, play ROM hacks, even play spin-off games like Pokepark or Pokemon Ranger, I'm open to suggestions, and I really love all of those, so be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and I might actually start doing videos on those as well. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to click that thumbs up, and also, why not click the subscribe button too? Well, that's all for this episode. Time to work on the next one. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you all have a great day. And I will see you guys on the next Pokemon run. Bye.